I like doing these little videos because, it allows me to give a personal touch to my decimation of Luke's arguments. First off, let's discuss the crucifixion here. Anyone who has a passing interest in Roman history or has taken any college level course on history knows that the Romans did not nail hammers through the heels of their subjects or their victims when they crucified them. What they did is they would nail them through the wrist to the beam, and it wasn't a crossbeam, it wasn't a cross. I don't know where that nonsense started, but the Romans didn't do that. But they would not nail the feet. They let the feet just loosely lay there. And the reason why is because they wanted to force their victim to suffer as much as possible. So what would happen is that they're nailed up and, the weight would drag down on their chest, causing them issues with breathing. So in order to breathe, they would have to push themselves up using their feet on the crossbeam that they're on and pushing off of the wood. This would allow them to breathe a little bit, and then they would go back down. Now, if they were to actually nail them or tie them or anything like that, that would give them leverage when they did this. So the Romans didn't do that. They just loosely let the feet lay there, so the people had to use their own body strength to push themselves up, so they had no leverage. That's caused maximum suffrage for them. Anyway, to this whole Gilgamesh and Moses. Luke, you're fighting reality. I mean, you can list a few paltry, scholars here and there that don't agree with, the general overlaying consensus of the entire archaeological world, but that doesn't make them right. I mean, it just doesn't. I mean, you're always going to have outliers, and following these outliers doesn't get you anywhere, because these people are, at the end of the day, are wrong. We know factually that the Hebrews stole much of Genesis from the Epic of Gilgamesh. The Epic of Gilgamesh is older and has many of these loci that we later see in the Hebrew narrative. So we know that they copied them directly from the Sumerians when they were in captivity by them and just added their own Hebrew touch. I mean, it's not even, this isn't even debated. And what's funny about it, you listen to all these, historians and all that, but even the Israelis, the Hebrew nation accepts the fact that much of their early, religion was directly lifted from the Sumerians. It's not even a debate anywhere else. The only place you see this debate is here because you have Christian apologists who just can't accept the truth. So they try desperately to hold on to any hope that the reality is wrong, but it never is. And it's not going to be in this case either. It's just, that's the reality of the situation. Every leading historian or archaeologist that works in that area states that the Epic of Gilgamesh is the base core for the book of Genesis. There's no way around that fact. You can try any desperate way you want, but you can't change that fact.